Hey, this is John Young. This little video is probably not as much for the DJ community, really, per se, as it is kind of a message that someday my kids will probably go back and watch. When I've been doing a lot of running, and a lot of you have followed that and such, there are times when we've been out running and we've been out doing things, and as a younger person specifically, I would have, say if we're going to be running around a block, and when you're a pedestrian, you're supposed to be on the left. So if you're running and you're going to be making a right-hand turn, you should stay on the left edge and then kind of curve around to the left edge, that type of thing. When you're a younger person, sometimes it's not the distance as much as it's to get the thing done, to get the task done. I'm going to run around the block, let's say, and again, I'm talking rural block roads out here, so I can run down the middle of the road for all anyone cares because there's nobody around. But when a younger person, if we're going to go run around the block 20 times, you would go and you would cut corners. If you think about it, kids in Phi-Ed, when they're out running around the gymnasium, they're cutting corners. As you get older and as you've been in business and as you've been in life a little bit more, you realize that it isn't the idea isn't just to get it done. It's to get it done and do it well, to do it properly. Meaning specifically in the running, this running little thing I'm talking to you about, is that, okay, so we're running around this block, and instead of going and cutting the corners each time and maybe trying to cheat a little bit and just to get it done, now I'm just like, if I go and I stay in my lane, in essence, around here, it gives me another 1/10 of a mile. Well, if I'm going around 10 times, that's another mile that I'm adding to it, that I'm not cheating myself out of. That idea that many of the things we do it just to get it done or just to get by or just enough. And we end up cheating in the long run, those who are with us or that we're doing it for possibly, but certainly we're cheating ourselves. There's opportunity for us to be able to do it at a high level and to do something of quality. And when we find ways to kind of, cut those corners, whatever those corners are, whether it's a real corner that you're cutting or it's a moment where you're just basically kind of phoning something in because it's easier, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing those you're helping and working with and those around you a disservice. And I think that as an adult has become one of the lessons that I have learned over the years, and have really gotten to the point now where when I'm out running with the kids and they're with me, we'll be coming up to that right-hand turn, and I will basically be going down and kind of doing almost a right, and they're cutting the corner. They don't think anything of it, but it's like, if you do that cutting of the corner enough, you eventually don't get as far. So yes, they went around 10 times, but I went around 10 times and I've run more of the distance. I've done it in a way that I'm getting the most out of this experience. Whereas cutting the corners, I don't get the most out of the experience. If I'm cutting corners, my clients aren't getting the most out of the experience. I'm not giving the most out of that experience that I could possibly do. And that's going to mean that it's going to be a subpar performance or subpar offering. So the idea behind it is don't take the shortcuts. Go and do the job, do it well, and do it fully. And the results will sometimes maybe not be apparent right away, but in time, being known as that person of integrity who's doing the job and doing it fully is going to pay off in ways that you'll never imagine.